What is the best meal to get lean on? You want to know what it is? It's in this bowl. Hit subscribe, give it a thumbs up, enjoy the video. Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm eating as we speak. I decided to make this video because it's probably a question I get more than most. Is I want to cut pretty drastically. I've got a photo shoot, I've got something coming up. How should I structure my nutrition, and what is the kind of one go-to meal that I should always have? Now, this is really good, by the way. So, perfect example. You don't have to sacrifice things that you like, unless you like shitty stuff like pizza and burgers, but good whole food will always be the most important thing. So right now I am about 2 weeks out from flying to Tampa and 3 weeks out from Vegas. I go to Miami in between, and I've just changed my staple meal around. For those of you guys who would have seen, if it was a carb meal, my carb source was rice, and my protein of choice was steak mince. I've now changed it to fish, white fish, asparagus, and greens. Staple meal, you cannot go wrong. Of course, you need your carbohydrates depending on whether you're training in the morning or evening. You will integrate that in, but this. A little bit of low-calorie mustard, a little bit of salt, normally about a gram of salt per meal. I'll explain that later. And some apple cider vinegar, normally a capful. It tastes so good. I love fish. This is the thing, right? So fish is a clean meat. Calorie-wise, it is very, very good calorie per gram of protein, very low fats. White fish in particular, more so than other oily fish, very low in carb. So for your bang for buck of protein, you can hit your protein requirements without that extra bit of fat and without that extra bit of carbs. So carbs are not bad and fats are not bad, but when you're really cutting calories, you need to be mindful that maybe there are calories that you don't need. So instead of getting my fats from my meat source, like maybe a 5, 10, 15% steak mince would, I can integrate this in and then maybe have an avocado or some nuts or something like that when I really need a snack, rather than having them all in one. Also, in terms of carbohydrates, I would prefer have meals like this when I don't need carbs, and then have some decent substantial carbohydrates after I train. Right now I'm on a bag of rice a day, which is 250 grams, which for the majority of people, well, actually some of you may see that as a lot, and some of you may see that as not a huge amount, but bearing in mind I'm doing 25,000 steps a day, I'm training twice a day, so I'm pretty active, and I'm putting half the bag before one workout and half the bag before the other. The rest of my meals look pretty similar to this. I may have some eggs, I may have an omelette, some nice veg, I'll have my green shake, I'll have a post-workout protein shake, maybe. Now, there's nothing wrong with shakes, and obviously I integrate them quite a lot, but I would prefer the calories per one protein shake versus this are quite similar. Some of you guys will hate the thought of this, so you'd prefer a shake. I prefer a little bit of food in me, and it's better for my gut health to have a little bit more substantial food, rather than a protein shake. So weighing it up, you need to be able to adapt depending on how you're progressing and how you're checking in and things. For the most part, I'm quite happy with how I'm looking. 3 weeks out from my cover shoot, so that's going to be good. I'm also shooting with a photographer next week in London. The week after in Miami, I'm shooting with 2, and then I've got my cover shoot in Vegas. So I'm going to try and document as much as I can now that I'm back on YouTube. And obviously I'll be trying to get my podcasts in there, here, there, and everywhere if I can. So yeah, I think we're onto something pretty cool for the next few weeks. But yeah, so these fillets are frozen, so I get a big bag of frozen fillets. They're about 90 grams each. I think it's about 19-20 grams of protein, very little fat, very little carbs. Whack them in the oven, whack them in the microwave, throw them out with some veg. In this one I've got some cauliflower and broccoli. Too much broccoli may be bad. It seems to be the go-to veg for people, but actually can be quite difficult to digest. Asparagus is a must. It'll help as a diuretic. Apple cider vinegar is good for digestion. Also suggested to aid in fat loss. We will see. I'm going to go through my supplement stack maybe next week. Drop a comment below if you'd like to see that, because I may let you know exactly what I'm taking supplement wise. Obviously food is important, calories in versus calories out, my activity, my training, but supplementation is important as well. So I may go into that in a later vlog. For now guys, I'm going to smash this down. Hope you're having an awesome week. If you haven't, like I said, click subscribe. I'm going to be back on it now that I'm back in my new apartment. So more vlogs to come. Anything you want to see, leave a comment below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.